Good morning, children. I am Mrs. Priya Ravi from Sir Isaac Newton School. I am going to take online class for Matric students, 8th standard, social. And from the history, chapter 1 I am going to take, that is Advent of the Europeans. அதாவது யூரோப்பியர்களின் வருகை காலம். Okay, student, have you understood? Now shall we going to know about the kinds of the sources of modern India, the Portuguese trade interest in India, the impact of the Portuguese and Dutch presence in India, and the colonial settlements of the Denmark, and the arrival of the English and French East Indian companies. These all we are going to learn from this lesson. Shall we move to the lesson? Many of the foreign travelers, traders, missionaries and civil servants who came to India in 18th and 19th centuries have left accounts of their experience in the all over our parts of the country, the events of the modern period. We have lot of sources at the international level, national level and regional level. So now we are going to learn about the sources of modern India. Okay, children? The sources for the history of modern India help us to know the political, social, economic and the cultural developments in the country. Have you understood? Yes. In the modern India, the history has said us what is the political and social, economical and the cultural developments was during that period in our country. The Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, the Danish and the English recorded their official transactions in India on the state paper. Well-preserved records are very valuable to know about their relations in India. The archives at Lisbon, Goa, Pondicherry and Madras were the literally stored houses of the precious historical informations. All these sources must, however, be evaluated before they are used for historical writings. Now we are going to learn about the kinds of the sources. Yes, we can write the history with the help of the sources like written sources and material sources. Now we are going to know about the written sources. After the advent of the printing press, that means after the invention of the printing press, numerous books were published in the different languages. Hence, people began to have the knowledge easily in the fields like art, literature, history and science. The Europeans came to know about the wealth of the India from the accounts of the Marco Polo and their similar sources. And Anandarangam is a name to a person who is the mentioned in the history, Tamil history, that is Anandarangam was a translator in Pondicherry to the French trade peoples in India. That means for the French people he is translating, as like that we'll also will have some translation. We are not able to understand something, the language of other. Sometimes we will ask somebody to translate the language. For example, if we are not able to understand the Hindi means, we'll ask some known person who know very well Hindi, we'll ask them to translate that language into our mother tongue. Like that, he also one good translator. In Tamil history have a one of the great name for him. Okay. And he recorded the events that took place in the French India. And the written sources included literatures, travel accounts, diaries, autobiographies, pamphlets, government documents and manuscripts. And that Anantharaman's diaries is written lot of information during the period of 1736 to the 1760. Okay, children, and these documents and manuscripts are very valuable. By this, we are came to know lot of information about the people during that region and that century. Now, archives. What is archives? Do you know what is that? The place where the historical documents are preserved. The National Archives of India, NAI, is located in New Delhi. And in this, it stood of the record of a government of India. It has main sources of information for the understanding the past administrative machinery as well as a guide to present the future generation related to all matters. It is one of the largest archives in Asia. Okay, children, do you know what all written sources? Can you able to say what is that all? Yes, the written sources are literature, traveler accounts, diaries, autobiographies, pamphlets, and government documents and manuscripts. These all mentioned as the written sources. Do you know who is the father of the National Archives of the India? Yes, children, George William Forrest. He is the father of National Archives of India. Now we are going to learn about the Tamil Nadu Archives. In the Madras recorded office presently known as Tamil Nadu Archives, TNA, is located in Chennai. Yes, in the Madras only the record office. It is located in Tamil Nadu. It is called as TNA, that is located in Chennai. The most of the records are in Tamil Nadu Archives or in English, and also Dutch, Danish, Persian and Marathi. Few documents are in French, Portuguese, Tamil and Urdu. Now we are going to see this picture. Do you able to see this picture? Yes, this is called as Tamil Nadu Archives. Able to see? If you go to Chennai, you can see this. Okay, children? Yes. Tamil Nadu Archives has 1642 volumes of the Dutch recorded, which is related to Cochin and Coromandel coasts. These records cover the period from 1657 to 1845. and Danyan records cover the period from 1777 to 1845. And we has lot of new chapters in history in Tamil Nadu. We are encouraging the historical resources also. Now, next we are going to see the material sources. What is material sources? Do you know? Material sources are like the port, the building, the museums, and the important places. These all called as material sources, like paintings, statues, and historical places. Okay, children? Now we are going to know. See this. This is the St. David Port at Kodalur. Many painting and statues are the main sources of the modern Indian history. They give us a lot of information and the achievements of the national leaders and historical personalities. Historical buildings like St. Francis Church at Cochin, St. Louis Port at Pondicherry, St. George Port in Madras, St. David Port in Kodalur, India Gate and Parliament House, President House in New Delhi. These are the different styles and techniques of the Indian architecture, other objects and materials of the religious, cultural and historical value are collected and preserved in museum. These museums help us to preserve and promote our cultural heritages. The National Museum is where it is in Delhi, is the largest museum in India, which was established in 1949. Coins are a good source to know about the administrative of the history. The first coin age in modern India was under the crown was issued in 1862 by Edward VII. He only issued the coin. The Reserve Bank of India was formally set as in 1935 and issue Government of Indian notes. The first paper currency issued by RBI in January 1938 was 5 rupee notes. That is mentioned by a King George VI. Now we are going to learn about the advent of the Europeans. What is, I already said, advent, that is யூரோப்பியர்களின் வருகை. Yes. After the capture of Constantinople by the Turks in AD CE 1453, the land route between India and Europe was closed. And the Turks entered into North Africa by Balkan Peninsula. It became on the part of the European nations to discover new sea route to the east. And now you see this map. Have you seen this map? See how the sea route is marked. Yes. It is all over round, and it came to the Cape of the Good Hope and entered, and it came to India near Goa. Okay. Do you know who founded the sea route to the India? Yes, Vasco da Gama was the first person who found the sea route to India. Now we are going to know about the Portugal. Who was the Portugal people after the Europeans? The Portugal was also very powerful people. They also came to India for trade. Prince Henry of Portugal, who is commonly known as the navigator, he encouraged his countrymen to take up the adventurous life of exploring the unknown regions of the world. And the Portuguese sailor reached the southernmost point of Africa in 1487, that is 1487. Okay children, I will continue this lesson in the next class. Till that, listen to this audio carefully and answer the questions. I will ask some general questions only. Don't worry, if you are able to answer, answer. Okay, don't worry, I will give you the answer later. Thank you children. Have a nice time. Bye bye.